Welcome to the Mercato Centrale, the most famous market here in Florence. Here, students, visitors, and Italians come to fill up their groceries. But what do they really think about the smells of their purchases? Let's take a closer sniff.
The smell of lampredotto is definitely an ancient smell that makes one think of old-style Florentines. You'll notice the smell in the markets, like this one in the San Ambrogio market. Also in different areas of the city where there are food trucks, both in the center and the suburbs. You'll notice the smell in markets, like this one in the San Ambrogio market, as well as different areas of the city where there are food trucks, both in the center and in the suburbs. The smell is an old one because it was once a poor man's dish. I think we started eating this sandwich in the 1800s, and they're still very popular. Smelling and eating it, you discover again that old taste that many still like. To be honest, when I started working here, I didn't like the odor of lampredotto, but once you eat it, you'll like it and get used to the smell. It's a good smell.
Generalmente i fiori più profumati sono appunto nel periodo primaverile.
Generally, flowers with the strongest scent are spring flowers. In the spring, there's a sort of rebirth and reawakening of the senses that makes you want to go outside. Days get longer and we have more energy. This makes us want to do all things that we put on hold during the winter. In spring, we want to start realizing our goals. The flowers that I like best and that make me think of spring are freesias. It is a spring flower that blooms after winter, so I can already smell this flower in December when we start to pick it and sell it. Even if December is a cold and dark month, as soon as I smell freesias, I feel better because it already feels like spring. So it already makes me think of the future. The other flower I like is the broom flower, another spring flower that we cultivate in the winter. It also gives me the sensation of the arrival of spring. Fish makes me think of the sea because it smells the same as the sea. You can immediately recognize fish from its smell because when a fish is fresh, it smells like the sea. When it's not fresh, it has a bad smell that everyone can recognize immediately. When I don't work, let's say for about a week, right when I come back to work, I notice the smell of the fish right away, and it's a strange effect.
È la cosa primaria l'odore perché quando si cucina in Italia si sente già dall'odore.
The smells of fruits and vegetables are essential. This is because when you're cooking in Italy, you can already tell what's on the burner from the smell that emanates throughout the house. For example, my kids already know what's for dinner from the smell, so they don't even have to ask anymore because they already know. You learn right away what smells are from what vegetable, like when you're frying garlic or adding salvia or cooking tomato sauce. You can also tell the smell of bell peppers. This is probably because we learn the smell of vegetables before anything else. The strongest smells come from aromatic herbs, like mint, salvia, rosemary, coriander. All of the herbs have their own particular smell and taste that can't be substituted with anything else. Every smell unleashes a memory. I grew up among the fruit and vegetable stands at the market, and so for me, every season has its own smell. And it could be the smell of peaches and apricots and celery in the summer, or the smell of oranges, mandarins in the winter. So all of the smells of fruits and vegetables bring back memories to me. When baking, I think of the smell of fresh apples from the region of Alto Adige, because we make this version of strudel from Bolzano with these kinds of apples. I also think of the smell of cinnamon. It's a nice smell that you can notice throughout the market. When there's a fresh strudel that has been taken out of the oven, it makes us think and remember all of the smells of the Alto Adige region. And this is exactly what we wanted to do with our store. Bring the odors and smells of that territory in the north of Italy directly to tourists and Florentines here in the market.
And there you have it. The smells of the Mercato Centrale are an important part in Italian lifestyle and culture.